ladies and gents, welcome back to the Go4GuildWars2 monthly final, as we've actually found our way to the final now here with our 8-team bracket having unfolded and almost done. We now have... Actually, we can just take a look at the bracket and see how things have gone throughout the day. We've had Cheese Mode do what they do best up in the top side of the bracket, running through various artists' antisocial dragon finishes and finding themselves in the final. And then meanwhile in the lower bracket,
TCG beating Focus Sauron, going on to the summer final, and we saw 55 HP Monks taking out Pizza with Nutella. And then in the semi-final, we had a bit of an upset for TCG, getting a little unlucky here and there with their disconnects, unfortunately. And 55 HP Monks then pushing into the final. But some good play coming out for 55 HP Monks and not taking anything away from those wins at all.
Yeah, really been able to make snap calls, snap judgments when they needed to. That Lord Rush for me, I really felt was like the way to go for them in that last game. And it paid huge dividends with them now being in the final, and now they rival the position of first place, where they could potentially pick themselves up €1,000 for that first. So some good money there, some good money.
And a team to take it away from would be Cheese Mode, and that's going to be a tough uphill struggle for them, whether or not they're going to do it. And actually note, I just had a quick look at the team of 55 HP Monks. There has been a slight change, but we can go over that, of course, in a minute as well. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be really tough for them, I think. And I'm not sure if Cheese Mode have maybe had a couple of issues, maybe, because it didn't enter the Go4 Cup on Sunday, and I'm not sure exactly why that happened. I've not been able to investigate that at all. So wondering whether or not they will actually come into these finals, if there's been any drama, or whether they just couldn't attend the actual cup itself. So we'll have to see if that's going to take an effect.
Well, regardless of that, they have looked really strong. Really strong. We're expecting them to be in the finals during this monthly final, and they have showed that they are still able to move on through nicely in their bracket. So they're here, and the main point at the beginning of this bracket was who was going to be able to beat Cheese Mode. Is it going to be 55 HP Monks? We'll find out in just a bit.
I'm glad you didn't ask me that question. It was rhetorical.
Yeah, it was
good. That was good.
That's what we're doing. Broadcasting.
Please don't ask me, because I don't know.
Thank you, Jebro, the expert. All right. Well, we're going to be getting into map number 1 of this best of 3 grand final in just a second, as we have 55 HP Monks going to be going up against Cheese Mode. The only classy gentlemen, sadly, in this final are these two, as we're suited up and good to go. So let's get into map number 1 and go over some builds.
Indeed. So having a look just quickly, since I did talk about it quickly, was a little change up. We have Carsabe, who's going to be playing an Elementalist. And will he be playing what he played on Sunday? Bang. Yes, he is. He's playing the Cleric's Amulet, and he's also playing the Rune of Melandru. Very tanky, offering up a lot of support. More support, of course, than the Warrior, who is very self-reliant and can keep those nodes 1v1, which is what he was doing over on Quarry in the second game of 55 HP Monks.
And may I say, I love his little wings.
You love his little wings?
They are very, very cute.
They are. They're hard to get as well, I think.
Are they really?
I'm half sure they are.
Half sure. We'll go with that. 50%
It involves PvE.
It's
fine.
The dreaded PvE.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the time to farm it as well. You got to get good, and
really?
you know,
gotta get good.
He's got one of the top items, awesome items in the game, and he's in the finals of the PvP.
There you go. There you go.
This guy's doing a good job. Okay, so going over to the first member of Cheese Mode at the moment, who will be Hibify, playing the Celestial Rifle Engineer. He will be going for 60062, not opting for that legs mod trait, which he's actually been not using for a while now, a couple of weeks at least, and opting to go for the standard build over here. So going over to Freylina, who's going to be playing Thief today, going for the Panic Strike build, which we've seen a couple of times.
What a surprise. What a surprise.
Indeed. Not going for that Guardian build, actually. I was kind of almost expecting him to be going for.
Well, I do like the Panic Strike build overall. I mean, even Sin that we just saw in the previous game was playing it with very, very strong precision overall. So, nice to see.
He's doing a good job. Going over to... I can't even see that name. Jamsighter.
Jamsighter.
Is that Jamsighter? Okay, Jamsighter.
So.
We'll go with Jamsighter. Looks, it's a great name.
If that's the name they pick, that's what we're going to call him.
Okay, so going over his build shortly, Hambo at the moment going for the soldiers and also going for the standard traits we know about this build, going for the free stances there. He's going to be going for Berserker's Balance and also Endure Pain with support of the battle standard. I will correct myself as well because I got a couple of tells about the wings. You can just buy them off the trading post. There you go. Everyone knows now, so you can go get your wings.
Fantastic. I'm going to do this as soon as I get home.
Apologies for not knowing that. We're in PvP at the moment. But hey ho. So going over to the next element of this is going to be Articuno, sorry. Going to be playing Dagger. We know this is, we've seen this build a lot tonight as well. I'm not sure I need to go over it in too much detail, but Condi Cleanse, Fire Fields, Building Might, can be in 1v1s or team fights, but in this, he will probably be in team fights more often than not as well.
Previously Zapdos, and thus one of my favourite players of all time because I really like Pokemon. And there you go.
I love the fact that you remember the Pokemon conversation comes back.
I remember.
We're good.
I will remember. Don't you worry when it comes to Pokemon.
Awesome stuff. So Mesmer going over to Drazir, who's going to be playing that. It's Mickey Drazir. As you can see, his outfit kind of displays that name. He will be using the staff and also be going for the Great Swords. So more Misha-orientated build rather than the sword and torch, which Helsef is going for. Opting for Decoy, Portal, and Blink with the Mass Invis. And that's going to take us out of Cheese Mode's builds.
This Mickey thing is terrifying. I saw it last time. And I still couldn't believe it, and now I am looking at it again, and I still can't believe it.
The thing is, I mean, I've got team colours on at the moment, so you can't see it in its full-fledged awesomeness.
Okay.
So trust me, he's wearing red. Trust Kaelaris. He's wearing red trousers, yellow boots, and a black top. He is indeed Mickey Mouse Supreme.
Wow.
And we are ready to go into this first game of our finals.
All right, on to Forest. Looking forward to this, the grand final of the Go4GuildWars2 monthly final for December. We've seen Cheese Mode for a long time during this month's Cups, absolutely dominating the scene. Will they be able to continue that on, or will 55 HP Monks be able to cause in essence, an upset as we go into this grand final?
I think it is entirely possible to do. I mean, these teams, 55 are probably feeling it. They're probably thinking, you know, we've got, guys, we're against Cheese Mode now. Let's do this. I mean, let's pull it out. I mean, this is the setup they wanted to try, I believe, to try and actually defeat Cheese Mode. This is their chance to do it. I don't know whether or not they've had the chance to actually do that before and actually just scrim with them or anything, but today we get to see, you know, Karsay playing that element of this build.
The stakes are high, and this is a real match. Cheese Mode aren't going to be pulling any fake punches. They're going to just be going straight for it. They want the money going into game number 1. Best of 3 here in this grand finals. And as you say, 55 HP Monks running that build, running that comp to try and bring Cheese Mode down in this high-octane match.
Having a look over just over on the beach area, see Karsib Zan also going up towards the mid. A lot of the 55 HP Monks going up there. We actually can see EC holding over on the henge there.
Very interesting overall, just being a little bit more cautious to decide where they want to go in mid as they look at what is there at fort, see 4 people to try and deal with that. So Misha and Sin just chilling out for now. Looks like they may come in from the backside to fort there, or even go actually for that decap as Hibify left during that. So that might be a really good opportunity here for 55 HP Monks.
And Hibify's done exactly the same thing, having a look over on the mid. Now, as we saw that engage over on that midpoint, actually, fantastic move. Following that portal as well, going back over to the mine. But just to talk about the mid fight and what happened, Zan actually came over there, and as soon as he came onto the point, Cheese Mode just pushed across it, forcing him back. Rest of 55 going onto the node to make sure they kept it contested. And in the end, just the focus that came out into Zan made them win that node. So the fight really won the day there completely.
Yeah, at least it was going down a little bit low there during this mine fight, and at the same time over at Henge, not too much damage being put out to either. Really kind of just a slow fight overall, but Mickey has already fallen during all of these fights going down at Quarry.
I bet you never thought you'd say that in your lifetime.
I didn't think so, no. Sorry, Mickey Mouse. It's over.
Unfortunately, I mean, Misha is now in the down state, as we have seen Mickey being brought back up. Still, again, can't get over that. And having a look over on the Henge, the reason that fight was so consistent was just because, really, Carsave can stay alive for so long. So again, the focus is on Zan, one of the easiest targets to take out, really, on 55 HP Monks. They can focus him. He's not going to be able to stealth around too much, whereas you've got the Thief on 55, you've got the Mesmer, you can't always keep track of them. They are respawning as we speak.
Yeah, with Zan and Misha going down, that's going to cause him a lot of problems. We're already seeing Cheese Mode here take quite a lead in terms of those points. Also looking to put some pressure onto the keep as well, but not doing too much there, as Lisi was able to, just keep that nicely contested. But Henge has already been gone here, in essence, from any kind of cap, so they're really not accruing any points off that here on 55 HP Monks.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, Articuno going down there means that is Hibify going to re-engage? Not sure. Misha's actually come back to sandwich, potentially, and actually take him out before he's able to get towards mid, because EC has actually gone down over there. As Kossib comes in for the res, should be able to get it. He's got a lot of toughness. He's got that armor of earth as well. Oh, so close. Really good for him, able to get that res. And EC, and also Carsip being on this node, is going to be good to be consistent, sustained, on point, and they're not going to be able to take that back for a while. This is good. This is close at the moment. We are 9 points or so in this game, as it is now.
Hibify falling. There was 4 bodies for 55 HP Monks over on the left-hand side of the map over towards Henge, and I thought that maybe Cheesemo would be able to exploit that, but with the fact that they had one man down for just so long during that, they didn't really gain any traction. So that's how we've seen 55 HP Monks really, really ramp this back up and get on top of the points really nicely with 2 caps over 1.
I mean, just then was a fine example of how both of these teams are doing perfectly with their rezzing and maybe not with their downing. Unfortunately, 55 HP Monks couldn't do the down on Hibify because, as we see, Jam Fighter actually came in with the banner there, reversed all the damage onto 55 HP Monks, actually got someone into the down state, but they got rezzed with the mass SR that came out, and now Freylina's in the down state. So, it's, they're yo-yoing at the moment, players, but 55 HP Monks.
And this could get, at least Mickey's going to be able to try and counter this over on Henge. There was already the decap going down on mine as well here from Misha. So at least they trade a decap for a decap, but if Mickey hadn't have been over at Henge, then this game would have spiraled out of control.
And, I think... This is
they're gonna
55 HP Monks might be out-sustaining cheese mode here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I could ever say that before. Having a look at the actual Mesmer portal, I'm just missed where that was going to there, unfortunately. But having a look back over on mid, Hibify trying to get Carsib maybe out on mid.
More tick on Henge. Just if they get Henge as well.
Oh, 55 HP Monks are free capping cheese mode.
Yeah,
Kaelaris.
That was
55 HP Monks are free capping cheese mode.
I can't believe I'm saying it. It's there it is right now. Cheese mode here, trying to put on pressure at keep, but it's being held strongly here by cheese mode. Carson did end up falling, but got picked up very, very quickly during that as well. Hibify going low, trying to keep himself alive during this, trying to get out of position, but will end up falling down into the down state. And if they could get a kill here for 55 HP Monks, that'd be fantastic. They do pick it up.
Yeah, and they can't pick up Hibify there because Jam has not got his banner on cooldown. He tries to disengage. We can see Chosen Sin just dropping a bit of damage, saying, you just go away, basically, because it's not your time at the moment. Although he's going to come back down below to try and offer up a bit more damage. Maybe someone else could help and join him, but at the moment, Jam is really in the jam. Unfortunately, I had to say it like that. Having a look over on the Henge, we got some action going on over here.
Yeah, and as much as 55 HP Monks were 3-capping for a long time, and now it's been lost a little bit, it provides them so much of a cushion in terms of points. Look how far they are in the lead right now. Despite all these fights going down, they're still sustaining. They're not losing people on these points. All of the focus here is on Henge. Unless Cheese Mode are able to do something at this point, this game might just be done.
Although they're taking down Zan again, he's always the prime target. Feeling sorry for the NG there as he's taken out. We are going to see Misha as well being taken down by Freylina as he tries to range on the side that we saw Helsef doing earlier. This point really at the moment is being defended only by EC. No one's coming in. Carsib's going to come in now and they can do a bit of a rotational pull here. That's a good one. EC and also Carsib on node with all that focus from Cheese Mode.
Yeah. Exactly. The
Pigeonhole
focus. They had to have something done there. All 5 bodies were really focusing and honing down on Henge. They set themselves to a task and they accomplished it. So at least they get the decap, keep themselves level in terms of point gains. But if they were able to get a full cap, that would be lovely off the back of those kills. So Misha is still down, only now just rezzing to get back into the fight.
I mean, we're going to see a bit of a disengage as well here. Now, Hibify is going to try and go to mid, so they're actually going to try and attack 2 of their points. But, I mean, I think Chosen Sin is actually going to be aware of this and go potentially for that mind cap, although he's caught out here. Hibify and also Freylina are trying to trail him down. Chosen Sin did get away, a nice move from him. I miss Chosen Sin in... He's such a great thief as well. He's doing a fantastic job. And again, you know, we're saying it all night. He's one of our MVPs. Again, the thief's always showing us how good their play is.
Yeah, Chosen Sin trying to get on top of Mickey and is just heading to... If he was able to get a kill or force Mickey into a downstate here, there wouldn't be too much defending mine at all. But at least Mickey can eventually say that this is going down. He has to make sure that this does not happen because Cheese Mode right now are in dire straits. They need to get a second cap somewhere. Oh.
Could be potentially over on the Henge maybe, but the thing is Karseb with that staff can actually CC Jamfighter quite a lot. He can push him off node, he can use that earth wall to make sure he's not going to be able to come back on. So unless he gets some support, he's not going to be able to take out Karseb. Karseb using that lightning flash to get back up to the point there. Unfortunately, he's going to be in a lot of trouble, sustaining himself really well. Easy's going to come back into the node and also offer up some support himself as he just falls there. Sorry, I did just miss that. Res is easy, no worries for 55 HP monks, and so they're going to be able to sustain this node really well. But as we see over on the mine point,
it's all going down.
2 down sessions, a mower, and loads of crazy action as Misha is the only one really able to run around this point. Mickey gets cleaved down, Chosen Sin raises back up, Hibify solo on this point at the moment, Articuno coming in from the top with the fiery greatsword. Is he going to be able to come in and save the day and save the cap for Cheese Mode and keep them in this game?
55 HP monks are currently running away with this game. Unless we see something desperate done here by Cheese Mode, it's going to go downhill. The point gains are still even here with 1-1. A few deaths here and there, but it's not enough to really claw Cheese Mode back forwards with only 5 hit points of death. It's going to be difficult. I mean, Misha falls but gets picked up straight there as line of warding was thrown down just to be able to protect that position. And in the end, I think Cheese Mode are having a really, really hard time here in game number 1.
I don't know. Mid engage is really fantastic. They stealthed up. They dropped into mid. The shatter was good on Zan. Zan went down like a... Oh, I don't know. He just got absolutely destroyed. Unfortunately, as that happened, Chosen Sin came in. Also, we did see Misha as well, and the portal goes back over towards mine. The quality of the portal was so good. Cheese Mode forgot about that portal over on the mine. They were going to re-engage on that point. 55 hold mid. They hold mine. A great portal play there from Misha, hiding that portal around the side. I'm pretty sure Cheese Mode must have seen that, surely.
Yeah, and Cheese Mode, like again, dire straits. They tried to take they tried to take Svanir for some extra points here and there, whatever. Maybe even the buff will be able to help them out during these little fights. But Hibify now falling down. They need every man they can get to be able to stop this from spiraling way out of control. Unfortunately, with Hibify down, Articuno going quite low as well. This might all just be completely over. Then he falls. Oh no.
Oh, he's going to be able to vapor form, but who's going to res him? There's no one in a good position here. Freylina has to bail, cannot cope with the amount of cleave coming out. Mickey's maybe going to try and think about coming in, but also Articuno is down, and it's 460. We got 40 points and ticking for 55 HP monks to possibly dethrone Cheese Mode as we go maybe into a second game with them 1 up.
Oh, Misha, where are you going? Right around the back here, maybe to try and help out a little bit on this keep. But they're only a few points off now. Only a few points off. All they have to do is sit back, relax on these points, and be completely fine. With Mickey down, 4v5 situation. He's not going to be in the fight anytime soon. And 55 HP monks with game number 1 in the bag.
Indeed. Wow. Wow. Fantastic stuff.
Really
55
cool.
Now, I mean, you know, coming into that game, 55 HP monks winning that semi-final and getting a win over Cheese Mode. It's good.
It's a good
enough.
start.
That's good enough for me. That's good enough for me.
It's done.
I mean, that game's done. You know, they need to win one more. The problem is they don't want to hit Kylo, because in my opinion, Kylo is not a good map for them. I mean, they get the win here and there, obviously, over teams because they get to where they are, but it's a tough map for them. If they can take this map, they've got more burst damage than cheese mode. I actually think that going for a Lord Rush in this map as a legit tactic is a good idea.
Yeah.
As a legit tactic. I mean, they could literally take it on this game. I just don't think they should take it to Kylo. It's going to be tough for them.
For me, when it comes to this map in particular, there's so much revolving around the split. Whenever I watch games are made and broken on the initial split. Where are you sending people? How are you reacting to how many people they're going to be sending to the far node to try and capture that out? And I mean, we've even seen it today, how much of a cushion that can give you early on.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting because cheese mode have a little task ahead of them. I think the 55 HP monks look good on this map, even against TCG.
Yeah.
So this is going to be interesting.
I'm really looking forward to see how we go. I mean, I'm hoping.
It's Lords,
I really want. I do want 55 HP monks to win. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie.
You've seen cheese mode win quite a lot during the past month or so.
It's an exciting game. I mean, we saw some great play coming out from 55 HP monks, and it feels like they've pulled a little bit of a counter move here. Just changing up that amulet for Carsave, and the way they rotated, bringing him in and Eternia out. Not sure how long term that is. Eternia, great elementalist as well, being very good in his position. But it just feels like they're all playing a lot more solidly at the moment. They're getting better, they're improving, whereas cheese mode are not getting the competition they've not had much competition. They've just stayed the same. 55 HP monks have increased in skill level.
Well, in just a bit, we're going to be getting into game number 2, and actually we can probably jump in pretty soon, and by the looks of things, cheese mode have made a little bit of a change.
I'm not even going to look up, I'm going to say they've added an elementalist.
No.
No? Oh, hello. Okay, they've gone for an NG.
Okay. So, looks like that.
Damn.
But it's double NG overall, right?
Yeah,
so
I mean, it was going to be an LE or something else, which is quite sustained and less
something else
bursty.
that begins with E.
And thinking about it, and I think just then, as I was thinking about it, and we've got Freylin and we had Drazir there as well so they do have the burst potential to get that Lord down. And I think because Drazir is always switching between so many classes, got a little bit confused about the cheese mode setup that we used to see and how they'll be able to take up the Lord. So I'm going to backtrack a tiny bit there and admit a small mistake that I just made. But he's actually moved on to Engineer. So it's okay now.
I mean, you took a stab. There's no harm in taking a stab, man. You didn't look up. You didn't look at the screen. I had all the information in front of me.
I was looking down. I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna guess.
But regardless of that fact, 55 HP monks currently one game up against cheese mode, who have been dominating the Go4GuildWars2 weeklies and the previous monthly for quite a while now. So if 55 HP monks are able to take this, we asked the question at the start of the day, who was going to be able to beat cheese mode? And right now, 55 HP monks are doing that.
Indeed. And I'm going to just finalize that chat and make sure that our players are going to ready up so we can get on with this. Tense, feeling it, excited as anything, as we may have a new monthly champion and also a dethroning here in the process. But cheese mode are not out of it yet. Can they come back? Can they come back into this game, bring it to a Kylo, which possibly will bring it into their favor and maybe even bringing it back to their home? So having a look at who we've got missing in the moment. We do have a couple of people missing and not readying up, so talk a little bit if you want.
That's fine. I wasn't expecting our 5th member to not be joining. Well, Zapdos is still missing. Oh, it is Zapdos. Oh.
Your favourite is missing.
Oh. Has he ever changed his name to Moltres at all? Has that been a thing?
Oh, yes.
He did?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he did.
When was this?
I've seen him Zapdos ago.
I've seen him Articuno, but I haven't seen him Moltres.
Yeah, I think it was a while ago, though.
Okay.
I can't remember what class it was. I'm not going to say Ranger. I don't know why I thought Ranger then. Maybe it was just an Ellie as well. I think he's just had different names for Ellies and Warriors and whatnot.
Are you familiar with Pokemon at all, Jebro?
Bits and pieces. I mean, I'm fairly old. So, I mean, when I was was in my early teens, Pokemon kind of came out, so I'm going to get some hate in chat now.
I'm 26 and I'm still playing it, man, so... I'm about to blow your mind, though. I'm about to blow your mind.
Blow my mind.
So, Articuno, Moltres, and Zapdos.
Yep.
Uno, dos, tres. In the names.
Maybe I'll just have to leave.
Yes.
My mind's been blown
That was
beyond
it.
all...
That was it, man. I mean... Okay, it's not that good.
You've come out with some liners this evening, sir.
Wow.
You're doing a great job.
You know what's so funny about that, though, is that me, being naive little me, didn't know that fact. I didn't even, twig on. I'm like, oh, yeah, Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. That's pretty cool. Yeah, there's 3 of them. And that's pretty cool. And then I didn't realize until about 2 months ago that this was a little pattern in the names. I'm like, you are a silly sausage, James. You are weird.
At least you admitted your
at least
errors.
my folly.
My folly. Oh, I admitted my folly, sir.
Yeah, this is how we talk in the north of England, so...
I need to talk a bit more, like in the gangster movies, maybe.
Yeah,
like a Londoner.
You're a southerner, mate. Southerner.
I can try. I'll try. I'm not going to cast in it. That's extremely difficult. It took a long time to get out of that accent. I don't want to go back.
Okay. I can understand that. Being a northerner, I can understand that. It's okay. All right, so... When all is said and done, eventually we're going to be getting into game number 2. These players are readying up for our grand final. Thank you for bearing with us, and I hope you've been enjoying the cast and the games thus far here tonight at the Go4GuildWars2 monthly final. It's always an absolute pleasure. I enjoyed it last time I was here, and I'm enjoying it again. The games have been fun and fantastic, and we have frolicked about. I need to use more words starting with F, but I can't think of any more right now to describe the situation. So we'll be getting into game number 2 in just a second.
Awesomeness. And as we have a look at pardon me, the change that we've seen over here on Drazir, he's actually going to be running the Celestial Rifle Engineer. Standard traits in this build: Protection, Injection, Backpack Regenerator, and Invigorating Speed, of course, for speedy kits. And going to be using Grenadier, of course, going for no slick shoes. He's going for the Elixir Gun today. So a little bit more support in that healing field, of course, as well. And it should be quite good for them. Also going to be good for his mobility around the map as well on that 4th skill.
I've got a question whilst this begins. Do you think double Elixir Gun is a good composition here, or do you think maybe Slick Shoes being mixed in would help out a bit?
I think, some variation is good. And just having a look over here before he's not changed it either. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, it's very sustainable. Okay. But like you said, I think Slick Shoes might be quite beneficial. All
right, Jebro. Well, into game number 2 and into those all-important splits for our second match.
Having a look at Cheese Mode, sending Freylina over to the close. Actually, maybe looking at their past game when 55 HP Monks didn't actually go for far, but they're going to send Carsabe over there. He's able to sustain well if he can get over there. Not going to opt for that. He's actually going to go back towards the mid as we see all the double stealth coming out from Chosen Sin and also from Misha as well. Who are they going to jump on? It was going to be Articuno, but he's able to line of sight. Armor of Earth, using all his cooldowns there, though, unfortunately. So that's not going to be good if they need to try and res anyone up in this big team fight that is being initiated here. But Cheese Mode picking up 2 caps now.
Very, very well done. But yeah, as you say, Articuno is going to be a little bit less useful going on as they had to pop all of that. It does look like the Carsips, though, looking to push onto Quarry to try and get the decap. Does in the end, though. That's a nice little start to try and get back, making sure that that initial pool of points doesn't build up too high for Cheese Mode.
Indeed, they need to be careful here because they're actually going to get the mid. As Freylina has to actually withdraw there with a heal, which will give them the cap, but there's no one really around to make sure that they can keep that point contested. They're going to need to make sure that they keep hold of mid now. That's a big point. Again, mid falling so early on in the game, but you don't need mid to win the game. It is a good point to have for the backup. Oh, Hibify in the down state over on the Quarry as well. Getting rest isn't going to be up. Carsabe taking him out there.
You could have changed Rezzed into Wrecked there. That could have been a brilliant little switcheroony there. I've given you that for later. But for now...
You're teaching me well, sir. I'll get there. I'll get there.
Micha has to keep himself alive during all of this as well, and there is a lot of damage going down overall, and then also Freylina ends up falling, as well as Drazir has to really get out of this fight quickly. Somehow, some way, 55 HP Monks keep really bringing the fight to Cheese Mode.
They really are. Having a look over on the mid as well as the rest of those players get cleaned up. Really, EC is not going to lose this. He's not going to lose the node to the Hambo there, unfortunately. So I'm not sure if Jam is really that useful now. Unfortunately, if he does cross over, he knows it as well as the rest of 55 HP monks can disengage. But they've actually got Articuno there. They're focusing over on Hibify to make sure he gets down, but leaving the Quarry node to get a few caps. Obviously, they can get back over to that point now as they have taken Hibify out, which is a good move. Is Articuno going to stay on this node to contest it? Looks like he is. It is their close point. He is going to disengage only now, though. We're going to have a look at Hibify over here, who's actually rezzing 55 HP monks, maybe making a bit of a mistake. Should have downed him because they knew the respawn was coming out.
Yeah, and now those two engineers can get back onto Quarry here, allow themselves to put some pressure on. Going to be a little bit difficult to contest here for Karseb as 3 putting on the pressure. We're seeing reinforcements coming for 55 HP monks in the form of Sin as well as Zen. And they should be able to do okay, actually, with the reinforcements for just a little bit. But Misha is going low elsewhere.
Yeah, was getting a bit of focus on him there just from the Thief, and now he's gone down. Freylina's down as well, needs support. Is he going to be able to take out Freylina? He's going to opt to go for the res. Is he going to be able to get him? This is a really important fight because if he can get him up, the war banner comes out and we're good over here. Misha is still down in the down state, of course, as well. No, the SR looks like it missed potentially. I think Chosen Sin actually missed that. Whether or not he's going to try and go for the res, I'm not sure. But there was a lot of burning there. Oh no, he's going to be sneaky.
Sin.
Going back in. Look at that move from Chosen Sin.
Oh, wow.
He's going to be able to get the res. That's epic. They need to get onto the point to help Zan and help him out. They're going to switch this down into a positive situation. Can they get Zan into this fight again with a res? I'm not sure it's going to happen.
Yeah, Zan ends up falling and will end up going down. Wow, I can't believe he's able to get Misha up during all of that. Karseb ends up falling as well as Cheese Mode putting on the pressure so hard here over at Quarry, getting them in the down state and should be able to push away 55 HP monks for the cap.
Yeah, now they're actually going to stealth up. They know they were losing that fight. They didn't continue to engage. They came over towards the waterfall for kind of half stealth there as well, putting the pressure onto Articuno as he tries to line the sight perfectly. The Mara comes out. He's going to be pressurized, knocked back off node, but the rest of Cheese Mode can come over to support him. Articuno can bail out to actually get some kind of reset, but the damage is good. The Chaos Storm is dropped. Can he take him out? And that's stealth SR. He's going to drop himself out of stealth, though, unfortunately.
I was trying, but no cigar in the end. As Articuno actually gets up during all of that. Actually, this misform, I should apologize. Trying to get to elsewhere for a res and does get up overall. Nice little move to get res going.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I mean, I think they needed to be a little bit more focused on that body as he was going down there. I mean, Freylina is down here as well, so he's going to be a lot of cleave coming out Stagfield as well. It's all good, and now they're going to move on to the node, try and contest that. As mid is the 1v1 situation currently versus Zan versus Hibify.
I mean, look, it's been action non-stop, and look how close the points are. Freylina, yes, down now. We're going to have to see here 55 HP monks take a little bit of initiative, try and put on some pressure elsewhere. Zan is going pretty low in mid to Hibify, but will be able to keep himself nice and healed, nice and good. That 1v1 could go on for a little bit longer. That's why we're seeing Articuno maybe move over there, but he does get brought down anyway with Chosen Sin right on top of him to push him away, with Lisi also on the chase.
Yeah, they're going to be able to take him out for sure over here. And just as that happens, decap mid. Unfortunately, Zan gets knocked off node. And EC opting to go for the down on Articuno rather than getting on node to secure the cap. Unfortunately for them, that means that Cheese Mode will be able to sustain the 2 cap with 0 caps coming out for 55 HP monks. Yeah,
it's getting a little bit difficult here for them as slowly they are losing people here and there. Freylina will end up falling to a lot of pressure there from Sin and as well as Karseb, but at this end, will they be able to get him up during all of this? I don't think so. They get pushed away.
Oh, he's stealthed on point. No? Is anyone going to try? He's going to res him. Just a little bit of pressure. You need to do it, Karseb. No, it's not enough. Karseb hasn't got enough damage. He's able to get back on point.
Nice.
Oh, good moves there. Now, Cheese Mode have been a little bit more solid with their resing here.
Yeah, they
and
have.
the way they're playing. It's really good at the moment. I mean, look at the rotations in and out of mid. Now, there we go. Chosen Sin going for that decap over Quarry is very important.
He's going to do what he does best for now. We're seeing Sin do quite a lot in terms of those decaps and making it work, because this is one of the ultimate moments in time where it needs to happen. They are down in points. Cheese Mode are looking good here in map number 2. And even mid, they were trying to get some kind of sense of stability there, but unfortunately, Articuno and those guys aren't going to let them.
No, I mean, we got one cap each, almost 100 points. They flipped it the other way from the first map at the moment. 55 HP Monks having a couple of problems here and there. Freylina very low on HP now, needs to be very careful. His heal's not up for a little bit of time here as well. As he is stealthed up, Zan goes back. Nice movement from Zan there, making sure that Freylina's not going to be able to stealth past him. Unfortunately, Misha has gone down over here on the south side of the midpoint. Oh, look at that cleave.
Yeah, a lot of cleave. It's going to be very difficult to do anything about that, especially with how much pressure is being put on in the midpoint as well. Will end up falling. Karstop has to be careful too, as he ends up going down. And again, you know, Cheese Mode are looking really good here in game number 2. Misforms try and get away.
Yeah, the focus is with them at the moment, and you know, that difference of the engineer seems to have really helped. I mean, you know, Drazzy can pull out a lot of focus damage. Again, look at the decap over on the quarry. That's really not going to help 55. And unfortunately, you know, EC's very low over on the mid. This is not looking good for 55 HP Monks, and dying off point as well is not good for them. The whole of the node you have, unfortunately, dying there isn't going to benefit them whatsoever. They need to make a... They've got the quarry back, though, and they're going to re-engage over on the waterfall.
As a staying play of the Elixir Guns really helping out, as you were mentioning. It's all in all, though, with the way the points are lining up, is the potential of a Lord Rush the only way 55 HP Monks can keep themselves in this? They need extra decaps somewhere here, because right now we're seeing Cheese Mode really play this out well with an SR going down. Freylina trying to get out. Wow, what an escape there, but really need... I'm not sure this is going to continue on for much longer.
I picked the worst angle in the world over there, just in the wall, unfortunately. And over in the quarry, Zan has actually gone down. So the only point that 55 currently have is very much in a 1v2. They got one of their supportive players out of this fight as well. And the opportunity to go for the Lord is really slipping away from 55 HP Monks, because as soon as you hit 420 and above, it's really risky going for it. And they're not even near 350 points yet. They need another 75 or so to go until they can actually hit it. They've got the decap over on the waterfall. They need the mid decap as well. Can they sneak perhaps past Articuno?
Yeah, they even popped, Chosen Sim popped the SR there to get the down on Freylina complete. So if they can do this with the man down for Cheese Mode, then that will be a good little start here for 55 HP Monks to really keep themselves in this game, but it's still going to be difficult. 4-3-2 points against 2-8-6 at this point. Very difficult here.
Really, I mean, at the moment, the way things stand, this is Cheese Mode's game, just because 55 cannot combat this force that's going on from Cheese Mode at the moment. They cannot deal with this 2 NG combo, and the NG's being, you know, they're separating from time to time. Okay, they're starting to get the kills now. Drazzy has been taken down. Now they need to get Articuno off point. How long's that going to take? They've still got the mid cap, and they haven't even got any points ticking in at the moment. They're going to take EC out over on the quarry as well, so... I think this is almost pretty much over for 55 HP Monks.
Yeah, it's getting almost impossible. As even Jezza keeps himself alive over on that after being downed. So still putting on pressure at Waterfall as well. And will end up just moving out of position. Even Lisi's end up falling over at that quarry, as you were just pointing out before. So yeah, difficult time here for 55 HP Monks after a really rip-roaring game number 1. Cheese Mode with a little bit of adaptation here in game number 2 have really shown their true colors.
Yeah, Cheese Mode do not want to give up the throne. That's not happening.
Yeah.
That is not happening for them at all. Will they be able to go into the 3rd game and just keep hold of it, basically? Or will 55 HP Monks... on a tough map for them sometimes, although it would probably favour them in terms of mobility, will they be able to actually bring it back and actually take it to Cheese Mode?
Well, all in all, I'm happy that we're going to be seeing a game number 3.
Yes,
we
are.
haven't got one just yet today. But I'm liking what we saw from Cheese Mode there. Again, it really shows, I mean, I've watched a lot of esports, guys. I mean, I don't know if you guys in Guild Wars 2 like to call yourselves esports just yet. I'm not sure, but because other communities aren't, so fighting game community really doesn't like that. But all in all, it takes a really strong team. It takes a really strong individual to adapt on the fly and make changes for the better and for the good. And when you see a team like Cheese Mode do something like that, it's not a huge change, it's just a small tweak. Very, very impressive stuff from them.
It just switches it up. Exactly. That's exactly right, you know. And it really is. I mean, a lot of people talk about individual skill, and they talk about, oh, this player's good, this player's bad, or whatever, and he's okay. But it's all about team play.
Yeah.
It's not about the individual. Okay, you can win a 1v1, but what are you like in a team? Can you be that person that's going to change it up and change it up for your guys so you can go in, win this match, get to the final and win that 1K? And I think you make a really, really good point, and I hope everyone out there who's doing SPVP in Guild Wars 2 is listening to that statement right now.
You're a cog in the machine that works to get that end goal. And in the end, what we saw there from Cheese Mode was very, very strong. Now, the question is, what do 55 HP monks do now to alter things a little bit? Because what we're going to see probably from Cheese Mode is no variation to what we saw in game number 2. There's no need. Why fix what isn't broken, right? And then 55 HP monks from here, do they change something? I'm going to go out on a limb and say they probably don't change anything and say, well, you know, game number 1 went really well for us, and that maybe there are a few tweaks that we could make in just our play alone in game number 2 that are able to push us on forward. So it'd be interesting.
Could have a quick look. I'm just having a look at the team rosters now. There's not really been any changes in the game. I am going to ask them to ready up so that we are ready to go.
All right, good stuff. But all in all, it's 1-1 now in this grand final here for the Go4GuildWars2 monthly final. The winner walks away with €1,000. I wish I was walking away with €1,000. That'd be lovely. But I already have a full-time job, so it's okay. Don't worry for me, guys. Right. I'm not asking for donations.
Will be okay.
I will be fine. I will be fine. All right, so game number 3. We haven't seen our lovely little map just yet in today's tournament.
Indeed, and I'm excited to go to the Battle of Kylo, which will be our final, definitely our final game for today. And some different bits and pieces that can come into this map. Really only a treb. No fast way to bring back your point score, unfortunately, for either team. And it's really based on rotational fights, rotations and fights, rotational fights, that can go together as well. And so that's what it's going to be about. And there's mobility in this team. Cheese Mode have not changed back to the Mesmer with Drazir, unfortunately, so they're not able to get the extra mobility from him. He does have speedy kits, so he can gain that swiftness to get around the map quite quickly anyway. But, you know, I mean, there's different players that can go straight through the map. You've got Karsib, you've got Chosen Sin, you've got Misha, you've also got a couple of players over on Cheese Mode, i.e. Articuno and also Freylina. We're going to have to see how this goes. I'm not sure. At the moment, who do you think is going to win? Let's go for it.
Gonna have to go with Cheese Mode after we saw what they did from game number 1 to game number 2. And also, this is 5%, 10% based on your estimation of Cheese Mode on this map. So it's all on you.
I would agree. I would agree with you on Cheese Mode, yeah. I mean, there's a strong part of me that wants 55 HP monks to win. I'm not going to lie. But I think Cheese Mode are going to win this as well.
All right. Well, without further ado, guys, let's get into it. Game number 3 of our grand finals. It's 1-1 apiece here between 55 HP monks and Cheese Mode as these guys get ready. And I do love some trebuchets. I've always been interested in medieval siege weaponry, Jebro.
What weaponry in particular is it just the trebuchet?
A trebuchet.
Is it just that one?
A battering ram.
A battering ram.
A siege tower.
You need to get involved in some World v World then, my friend.
I may or may not have played some Warhammer in my past.
Ah, right, okay.
And I had a little model castle, and it was fantastic.
You had a little model castle?
I did. It wasn't actually little, it was really expensive, because that stuff's really expensive from Games Workshop.
No one else sees the look on your face as you say that to me, but I can see the pain now. Where is it now?
I am a true nerd. Let's just put it at that.
I think I can agree with you on that. And I feel the same, and I am exactly pretty similar in that respect. Just waiting for these team members to ready up. And talking about trebs and castles and whatnot, this mid where I am at the moment can be destroyed on each side as we see it. I mean, if you're new to Guild Wars 2, this structure can be destroyed. There's small boxes and stuff and whatnot around the sides that can also be taken out. And even these houses, which can mean that you can, if you take out those houses and stuff, you cannot give your team that access to, or the opposite team, that easy access towards mid. They've got no choice but to go up the stairs. And as I talk about the map, we can talk about the game.
The match starts soon. It really depends on how much you care for the families that live in this particular town, if you want to destroy those houses and walls, etc.
I think there are Asuras probably, so no one really cares.
Oh. But overall, also, when I see someone kill a trebuchet, a little part of me inside does fall to pieces. So
I'm sorry,
I just leave them alone, all right? Leave the trebuchets alone. Speaking of, didn't something just happen? Did they just use the trebuchet already? Well, I guess so.
Having a look, we have seen just a quick shot popped into the mid to get that open point. Because if you are an engineer, which is what we have two of over on the side of Cheese Mode, you need to get those grenades in. Different vantage points means that two engineers can actually range on node at the same time. Also, Freylina can get in there with that short bow as well. As we see the 2v2, we had a 2v2. Freylina's actually going to stay on node versus 2. We are going to see the evacuation moving over towards the far point of Windmill. Dresde has been taken over there. So we are going to see 55 HP Monks bringing in the one cap. Cheese Mode also having the cap themselves, engaging onto a big team fight in mid.
Yeah, and team fights in mid on this map especially go on for a long time. So you thought full fire could sometimes be bad. Well, we're going to see this for quite a while. It's very difficult to fully capture this point as it is so close between these two teams. And all in all, at least he's doing a pretty good job of staying alive during this.
We're going to see a treb action. There you go.
Ooh. Okay.
Ideas the model castle coming back to Kaelaris as Misha starts to shoot some shots over into mid. Beneficial, really. Articuno was not back and taken down quite low, but look at the sustain of Cheese Mode. It doesn't matter if there's a treb at mid, because they do not care. They are going to face tank the treb. They might even win this point with EC low on HP. We see Carsave also low on HP, even with the treb on them side.
They just don't care. As you said, they're just face tanking it. They don't care at all.
They're not even dodging it half the time.
No, brilliant. I mean,
it's amazing.
If you can just tank it, then why on earth not? Carrol actually going quite low during all of that, and did want to move out of the fight for just a little bit. But as you said, points are ticking down there for them to be able to try and take this. But all in all, Windmill Mansion points very close. Yeah. They were both contested eventually, and at least he does end up falling.
Yeah, I mean, Fortunately for 55 HP Monks, they switched it up again. You know, they realized they were losing that node. Chosen Sin goes over for that decap. And we are going to see support coming over from Misha. Can they take out Hibify before he's able to get out? He's not. He's going to pull that gear shield out as well. Oh, look at the knockback out of the SR from Misha there on Freylina. Really nice job with that. A big cooldown used and absolutely wasted because he was pulled out of that. And here we go. Drazit is on full HP. Misha needs to stay on node until some support comes in. There is support of the rest of the team of 55 HP Monks. They need to watch their back point. Zan's doing a good job of that at the moment.
Very, very low. Then as she gets in downstate, she actually gets knocked off the point as well. So, all in all, that's pretty annoying here. 55 HP Monks. They do have the point advantage, yes, because they capped Windmill Mansion at the same time. But Mansion being contested, Clock Tower being taken here by Cheese Mode as well. And with Misha down all this time, being a man down in these team fights, it's going to be difficult. Chosen Sin even fell in mid as well.
Yeah, I mean, he was trying to get that decap, but got stuck there in the 1v1. He wasn't going to win. And now we're going to see EC going down very low. Even Carson might not be able to save him, but they can easily rotate and in and out of that point. EC's actually going to bail here. Oh, wow.
So much damage going down from Cheese Mode. They really know how to focus on a target when they pick one up.
Yeah.
And Karsev trying to get out of that position, but it's not. It's gonna be completely in vain.
Indeed, getting knocked off the point as well, adding insult to injury now as Cheese Mode do pick up the 2 cap versus the 1 for 55 HP Monks as they do decide to re-engage on the mid. A really bad decision for Zan there. He doesn't want the focus of those players on him. They don't want to pick this way too easy to pick him up in that way because he's the man who would normally be picked up from Cheese Mode. As 55 looks like they're going for a re-engage over on the Mansion as they will be respawning there.
Yeah, we've got to do something about this. They don't want these 2 points to be ticking down for too long. The points were dead even just a little bit ago, but as these 2 points are held here by Cheese Mode, those numbers will widen quite considerably. And I think Cheese Mode are going to be okay defending this Mansion location for a little while. So they do push 55 HP Monks all the way off. Sin is very low and has to get out of there.
Yeah, he's got no choice. I mean, I'm surprised he's still alive, to be honest, because there's so much cleave over there. But maybe he can sneak behind the enemy lines. Oh, we got decap over on mid. Just missed that, actually.
Wow.
And we've just seen the supply crate dropped out from Draze, I believe there. Need to jump into his perspective to make sure that was him. It was indeed. You can see Kaelaris jumping in there with Armor of Earth cooldown as well. And Draze is actually going to bail here. And look, earlier, this is exactly what why I said they'd probably done this at the start. So Draze can come in, possibly drop some grenades, and even that control with the 5th skill on that toolkit to pull players off the point.
Yeah, Kaelaris ends up falling and trying to get into a better position to get a res at least, but Draze hips and chasing him down and will be able to deny that from ever occurring. Lisi also still on the point. I think just took a trip shot. What was that actually that hit them during all of that? Whatever it was.
Sure, whatever it is, it's not good. They've got the cap at mid. That's a shame, because they were getting that decap over on the mansion, which would have brought them back into this game, just slowly ticking the points over with the 2 decaps and also the cap in there. Actually, over on the windmill, we've got a bit of a problem here for Zan, who is in a 1v2 situation. No one's close to helping him at the moment. Kaelaris is legging it for his life as he's trying to get over to that point as soon as possible. Will he be able to get there? I'm not too sure. Draze, of course, is out and down over on the mansion, so we are going to see this potential 2 cap for a little bit of time. Kaelaris getting there just in the nick of time there as Zan has been killed off node. Still up, but I don't think the res is going to happen.
Yeah, and Lisi on the way. Also behind Kaelaris, trying to provide a little bit of support during all of this fight. Has to get off the point for just a second. Really doesn't want to be taking too much damage. And all of that cleavers. Well, we'll be able to hold on for now. Zan still down though. Really need him back up. At least they got Mansion during all of that, so that 2 cap that they have is allowing them to gain a little bit of momentum. Still kind of neck and neck here in the final game of this grand final.
It's actually a lot closer than I thought it would be at this point in time, and it's a great thing at the moment. I mean, we've got the respawns happening from 55, which is a good thing. You know, they've got the best person in that position over on Windmill. They've got Carsabe over there. Okay, he can't be in team support, but he's in the place where 55 HP monks do start to kill members of Cheese Mode. The respawns mean that he can hold there quite well. Misha has gone down over towards this node as well. There are 4 men on this map at the moment.
Yeah, Lisa with the line of warding, trying to get him back up, but there was just a little bit too much pressure there from Cheese Mode for that to ever occur. Really wanted to get onto the point as well, though, making sure that Mansion was not going to be as heavily contested as they would have liked it to have been. And in the end now, did Cheese Mode lose a player?
Yeah, just looking at the map chat, they're talking about that. I mean, they do have 1DC just in the final. No! Oh, right, okay, we have the instant AFK there from Misha, so that is a 4v4. All's fair in love and war as we go into a 4v4.
All right, so Trezor hips also end up falling now. So Articuno, Hibify, and Freylina really going to have to do quite a lot of work over at Windmill, trying to put on the pressure here, but still, in this 4v4 situation, it can be very difficult to figure out where you really want to send people. It's not often times that you end up in this situation.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, at the moment, we've seen someone coming back into the team now. It was indeed Jamfighter who's going to be coming back over onto the Windmill. We have seen Freylina going into that down, say he's going to be down over here. He's going to be rezzed by that War Banner. Jam actually going to use the War Banner rather than actually just physically rezzing him up. I mean, Chosen Sin and Karsib coming out of the small little hut over here. And as the respawns happened earlier when I was talking about that and Karsib being in that position, if Cheese Mode come out in force, he's definitely the best person to be over there.
Freylina and Hibify also looking to move on to Mansion. Freylina was looking for a potential decap, but Zan was waiting, ready to be able to try and hold this off. There goes the healing turret, and he can keep himself alive during all of this.
Oh, look at the Slick Shoes! That Slick Shoes saved his life. Last night, some Slick Shoes saved my life.
And Hibify with his Moa having to run around. And well, that really didn't go in Cheese Mode's favor. Let's put it that way.
Not at all. And it was all initiated by the Slick Shoes survival. Both of them down on the same spot. And then Misha coming in with that Moa. That was awesome play from Zan. Awesome survival.
But look
goes
at this.
to prove it.
Look at this, Jebro. We're 400 points here for 55 HP monks. As at the moment, Cheese Mode are on the ropes. They need to be able to do something. This 2-cap has gone on for a long time here for 55 HP monks. As the fights continue, off point, in between Clock Tower and Mansion, which is not where Cheese Mode need to be. They need to be contesting. It's going on up at Windmill, but it's not going to be enough for Articuno. He can't cap this alone.
I mean, at the moment, I'm thinking 55 HP monks are going to take this final in the ESL Go4GuildWars2 Cup December finals here in Cologne. Have you got any hats? Because I'm going to have to eat one.
That's happened before here. I'll tell you about it later.
Oh, okay.
That has happened here before.
It sounds interesting with the D-cap that's just happened at mid, with the 2-cap coming out from 55 HP monks. A GG has been called in the map chat from Hibify. Will Cheese Mode give up in this final round?
Well, it looks like Articuno is off down. I don't think he really wants to give up anytime soon. Almost gets the D-cap on Mansion, but there's very little left they can do. 480 points. It's ticking down. The 2-cap here for 55 HP monks looks to be enough. And what can you say? Wow, Cheese Mode have looked so dominant over the past month and a bit. They won the last monthly finals, but congratulations to 55 HP monks who take this monthly finals 2-1.
Amazing. Great play from them. And I know we had a DC, but there was also the sportsmanship play from 55 HP monks. Misha did come out, and there's a lot of damage taken out, but also a lot of sustain that come out from Jams, who is playing obviously the warrior on their team. So, okay, we had a DC, but 55 HP monks beat them in the first game. All players were there, and the whole game was played. So, you know, I mean, I think we were both wrong. But I'm glad. I'm very glad about that, because we have a new champion.
Yeah, we do.
Taking away the money as
with
well.
some pretty cool games as well, with some pretty nice games. It's really nice to see 55 HP monks able to claim that position. For me, going into last monthly finals as well as this one, me having played Guild Wars 1 quite a lot back in the day, it's very nice to see a team named 55 HP monks being able to do something and take the win. So congratulations to them for winning €1,000. Really, really nice day of games.
I'm going to have to ask them what they're going to do with that money in a minute when we go off. But yeah, it's been a great night for Guild Wars 2 SPVP. And yeah, I hope the chat enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it at home. If you're new to Guild Wars 2 as well, and you've just seen some great action tonight, we do run this cup we're running it once a month at the moment. We've still got another one coming up as well. And we do, of course, have the various cups as well that are happening in the coming weeks.
That's true. I'll be back for another monthly finals coming up in the next month. When do you have your next weeklies, Mr.
We
Jebro?
actually have another weekly tomorrow, which is going to be for in-game gems for Guild Wars 2, so make sure you check that out. That's going to be on my actual Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/JebroUnity. You can check out the new settings as well. We have been upgraded, so to some nice quality settings as well, so it's going to be quite nice. And hopefully we'll see some new teams. It's a good place to test builds, test your teams as well as we move into the Go4 Cup, which is again on Sunday for NA and also EU as well. And we still have the finals from NA as well, of course, from Blue and also Frodo.
Yes, we do. So make sure to tune into that. It's on the same channel, twitch.tv/GuildWars2. But for now, here from the ESL Studios in Cologne, that does it for us. A huge thank you for tuning in for the Go4 Guild Wars 2 monthly finals.